I've gone to a lot of hard work on my little farm to rear animals and grow plants that I can eat and enjoy.
Cheers, how nice to see you all.
It makes me wonder what else might be out there, right under my nose. I used to be a big city food critic, but I gave up that life and moved to a small farm in country Tasmania. I've been learning how to produce my own food so I can know and trust what I eat. But just when I thought I had it all figured out, along comes Sadie, our boy Headley, and responsibility. So now I'm farming for 3. How hard can it be?
Oh, it's amazing, isn't it? Can you see the water?
It's easy to get so caught up on the farm that you forget to soak up the incredible natural beauty that surrounds you all over Tasmania. I've always wanted to show Sadie and Headley one of my favourite wilderness spots, and we finally found the time to get away and do it. We're up on the Tarn Shelf in Mount Field National Park, probably the most striking place I know in Tasmania. What you can't see behind me here is all these high lakes, alpine lakes dotted around. They're called tarns. It's just breathtaking, even on a day like this. And we're heading down to one of those tarns now. Native food grows all across Tasmania, but most of us wouldn't know anything about it, let alone get to taste it. Someone who does know is Park Ranger and bush tucker expert, Sarah Mahoney.
But you do have to be careful. Up to 70% of plants are poisonous.
Oh, right. Everything in national parks is protected, but you can buy native plants from nurseries, and I'm curious to see what I could grow at my place.
Holy moly, look at those.
And Sarah's licensed to pick for educational purposes, so she can show us what's edible.
This is the Tasmanian mountain currant.
Although edible must mean different things to different people.
Yum.
Is yours yum?
Mine's yum.
Mine's yummer.
They're pretty awful, but these snowberries are better.
I like that.
Yeah.
Bit of sugar and cook some of those up.
Yeah.
But my favourite is the mountain pepperberry, whose leaves have a lemony zing.
And spicy. I like that. And this little berry?
It's pretty full on, pretty spicy.
Ooh, hot.
Yeah, very hot.
Fantastic.
I'll definitely plant one of those at my place. But man can't live on berries alone. Apparently the bush around here is full of tucker, but you have to know exactly what you're doing. And if you're someone like me who has no clue, you might have to resort to what they did in the old days. A bunch of convicts escaped, didn't rely on local knowledge, end up eating each other rather than the bush tucker that was everywhere around them. The longer we walk, the tastier these two look. Back in my neck of the woods, I'm keen to find a wild meal closer to home. And while my pigs do have their wild moments, they're not quite what I'm after. So while Sadie fills their bellies, I'm heading up the hill to fill my basket with a wild food I do know something about, the steak of the forest floor.
Oh, here we are. Small, but edible.
Slippery jack mushrooms are safe eating, but it's important to know exactly what you're looking for. Making a mistake can be deadly. You don't eat those. Apparently quite poisonous. Not sure if they'd kill you or just make you really sick, put you on dialysis for the rest of your life. But anyway, poisonous. I really like them because I know that fairies live under them, so I don't mind having them in the yard. Whenever you're foraging for mushrooms, the reality is some mushrooms kill you, and taste isn't an indicator of poison, so only ever take stuff that you know, that you're guaranteed is safe. And in Australia, there's probably only about 10, 12 species that people know are guaranteed safe. And I only know a handful of them myself. So to expand my horizons safely, I'm heading off again to meet artist and mushroom aficionado, Tom Samek.
I have been doing it like most people that come from Central Europe, you know, for most of my life. I mean,
Tom brings his love of mushrooming from his former home in the Czech Republic. And to his seasoned eye, this stand of birch trees offers the promise of a rare and elusive prize, the birch bolete.
Which is third best mushrooms under the porcini.
Oh, a relative of the porcini.
It is, well, it's a direct relative, yes.
You want to play with a stick? Yeah.
Yes, this sort of setting is perfect for them.
Shady,
Yeah.
moist.
Oh, wow. Check out this one.
That's edible?
Now, that's a beauty.
That one?
Yes, this
Yeah.
is the real thing.
That's the one you were after?
Yes. And still firm. Perfection.
How can you tell that's...
Oh, you can, well, it's got a very thick stem.
Yep.
On the bottom, it's like a sponge.
But white.
Yes, it's perfect.
I'm so excited that we have these in Australia. I didn't even know you could get something better than a slippery jack.
They are not easy to find, though.
Okay. So places like this become secrets?
Yes, that's why you were blindfolded.
Yeah.
Probably.
The long, windy drive, and you spun me around 6 times
That's it.
before I got in the car.
Oh, wow, right in the sun.
So each mushroom has a relationship with the tree, or how does it work?
More or less. I mean, like these particular bollards are mainly under birch trees.
So part of recognising is recognising the tree that they're under.
Yes, it is, but knowing the mushroom is the most important.
That's the most point.
But to see if the birch bolete really does measure up to the exalted porcini, we need to cook some up. Tom's got a simple picnic recipe: crushed garlic and a little lemon rind into hot pork fat. Then parsley and the quartered mushrooms.
Look at that. Magnificent.
And of course, plenty of salt and pepper.
You're a man after my own heart, Tom.
And it's not long before the scent is overpowering.
They're done now.
All done?
I'll take it off.
All right. Fighting gear.
Hats off.
Hats off.
Go on, you go first.
No worries. I love it. Beautiful texture. Meaty but not overpowering. Much better than a slippery jack.
Oh, yeah, much better.
More elegant, more nuanced. Here you go. Come on over. You want to try a mushroom?
Yum.
Yum? Let's see how we go. It's a bit hot.
He's impatient.
I know. You want to try? Just a little bit? What do you reckon? He's not a fan of your work, Tom.
Headley's not so keen on them.
Big.
He's no son of mine.
That's bread, you're right.
Oh, look at this. Hit the jackpot.
That's it.
Oh, nearly.
Yeah.
Mushrooms made a delicious found food entree. But now I'm wondering if it's possible to rustle up a whole meal for free. Ecologist Anita Wild is a feral food fanatic, and she reckons with her help, I can. And apparently a good place to start is with my mortal enemy, the thistle.
That's just
Thistle.
a menace, as far as I'm concerned. I've been spending 2 years trying to get rid of most of these.
Well, you may actually look at the thistle in a different light when you realise that you can use the stamens of these flowers here to set cheese with it.
I can't believe thistles are actually useful for something. We'll definitely grab a few of those.
The other thing I reckon you might be able to help me with is hawthorn. I've got a bush on my property. What are they useful for?
Well, you can use them for jellies, syrups, and also cordials. So essentially anything you add a lot of sugar. They're quite high in vitamin C.
I've never actually tried them because I wasn't sure if they were poisonous, but...
They're a little astringent there and a bit mealy. But I think when you add the sugar with it, that's when you get that flavour coming out as well. Exactly.
All right, well, it'd be good to give it a go, and we can just harvest it, like just pull off.
Yeah.
So we bag a few berries. And up by the house, my yard turns out to have nearly as much salad greenery as the veggie patch.
What's that?
Sheep sorrel.
Sheep sorrel.
That's
Lemony.
good, isn't it?
Yeah, but good.
Anything where you'd want a hint of lemon, it's just beautiful.
Wow. I could use that. That's why I didn't weed this bit.
This is another green that I like.
Eat it raw or?
Eat it raw, that's chickweed. You can cook it as well.
Oh, that's nice.
That's really nice. It's a really fresh green, and that is one of the best salad greens.
That's seriously delicious. I had no idea I'd find edibles just straight outside my front windows.
But if we're going to make a meal of weeds, we're going to have to hit the road and check out the local area.
Oh, look at this. Hit the jackpot. Look at all the weeds.
And sure enough, just outside Huonville, Anita spots a roadside bonanza. Heaps of the curiously named fat hen, as well as wild turnip and radish flowers. And then we strike an unexpected bonus. Down at Kettering, we find an abandoned pear orchard, heavy with ripe fruit, free for the taking.
There you go. That'll probably do it.
And at a nearby beach, only 30 minutes from my house, we find a juicy seashore succulent.
Like the pig face here. This is a really nice edible plant.
You can eat that?
Yeah,
Seriously?
yeah. Just suck the insides out.
Try that one, is it?
Just like a fig.
Wow.
And not far away, something you usually just see served in posh restaurants,
Samphire.
Samphire.
Yep.
growing wild by the water.
That's really good. Really good.
Yep.
We've gathered quite a collection of fruit and weeds, but before we get into cooking, I might try and find a little protein. I've been trout fishing plenty of times, and it can be a sublime experience. According to Tassie legend, the rivers and lakes are filled to the brim with sweet-tasting trout. But I've never caught a damn thing. I'm starting to believe that the Tassie trout is nothing more than a myth.
Who would you trade places with right now? Rex Hunt. See one?
But Plinio Taurian, a former chef, reckons he can catch them just outside of Hobart, in water only a few inches deep.
Catch one.
Yeah.
Good water levels, actually.
I reckon he's full of it.
All right.
We lay low, keeping out of sight of the imaginary trout upstream. And then,
Yep.
Bloody hell. Bloody amazing.
Only a little one. Beautiful little stream trout.
Aren't they just incredible to look at?
It's a little trout, but that's probably size, that trout. Let's measure him on the fish donger. There's your 22 centimetres, which is your size for your general waters in Tassie. And he's about 2 centimetres over.
So that's big enough to take.
Yeah. And these little ones are sweet and white
Yeah.
and delicious.
Yeah.
Quite different to a lake trout.
Are they?
I'll just give him a quick dong on the head like that,
Yep.
and that fish is gone.
Okay. Already?
If you're going to keep them, yep, that's enough.
Yep.
And I've got some ice in a bag there.
Everything will keep better.
Everything keeps better, and that fish will look $1 million. I know.
I can't believe you. Amazing. This guy's incredible.
Sometimes you'll get one in a spot like this.
Really? Yeah.
Whoa, if I didn't muff it. Oh, yep. See? Just like that.
and he's no one-hit wonder.
It's amazing. Just, there's hardly any water there.
I know.
Little tiny little hole. Yeah, and he's a good 4 centimetres over.
Yeah.
Just behind the eyes.
Look at that.
That's a nice little buck. Slightly bigger head than the female fish.
Oh, you can tell it's a male?
You know. He'd
I
be
was
a-
fairly sure it was a trout.
Yes, I was feeling. Me
It's about
too.
as good as I got.
Yeah.
You're really good at this. Amazing. I can't believe we're here. You know, we're seriously, stone's throw from suburban Hobart, this incredible clear stream running off Mount Wellington. And I'm with a guy who not only talks the talk about trout fishing, which they all do down here, has shown me within minutes that he can catch trout in a tiny little stream like this, creeping up on them and slingshotting the lure in.
I've been studying his unusual technique, almost using his rod like an archer uses a bow and arrow. And it obviously works. In a matter of minutes, Plinio catches fish after fish
Another one.
after fish.
That's a gorgeous one.
That's a nice little stream trout.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, they really colour up.
And I guess now it's my turn to have a go.
I've just been carrying the rod, looking good all day. Well, I've just been carrying a rod, not about looking good.
But it's every bit as hard as it looks.
Well, this is the tricky bit. I don't know how you do
This is the tricky bit, isn't it?
Because I know if I do it this bit wrong, I'm going to end up impaled.
Oh, nothing we can't fix with a pair of pliers, mate.
Is it?
That's it. Load her up.
Okay.
Ooh, nearly. Yeah, drop that rod hand, that's it. Just sort of aim just to, so you want to lob it in, so.
Just slightly up.
Yeah.
Ooh. No. Nope. I thought you needed patience when you moved pigs. I think you need a lot of patience to trout fish.
Belt her up there, mate. Very nice, see?
Yeah. And then snag it.
That's all right.
And then just get one cast out. That's not bad after about 4 hours on the river.
Yeah. Like, you should have got a fish then. I don't reckon there's a fish there. That was a good enough caster. That would have, yep.
I've survived without hooking my fingers, but I won't be contributing any fish to our lunch. Lucky for us, Plinio's caught plenty.
Well, that's a good fire. That's great. Really good.
And once they're cleaned up, they'll go well with some of my foraged greens.
I got some samphire that we found near the seashore yesterday.
Beautiful.
So what we're going to have in these is a bit of sheep sorrel in the centre. This is from my garden. Lovely lemony scent.
Let's go for it.
That should go really well with fish. These are the pepper leaves I got from the new plant. Pop those on there. So we've got the pepper leaf on top to add just a little bit of spice. They've also got that lemony hint because they're really fresh mountain pepper leaves.
Just a little, yeah.
Is that all right there?
Yeah, beautiful.
I want the samphire to add that sort of snappy, crunchy character and actually makes the vegetables a little more interesting than just plain old greens.
And I'll toss a wild side salad, chickweed from my yard, topped with wild radish and turnip flowers.
Just add a little spice to the dish.
Looks really good, mate.
What I love, we're on a fishing trip and eating fish. Last time we went on a fishing trip and ate 2-minute noodles.
There you go, mate.
Oh, cheers, thank you. Bloody amazing. All of this, feral food, absolutely free for the taking. Holy, that's just amazing. I've never had trout like it. It's moist and juicy and sweet as all hell. Bloody hell.
And that's really sweet.
Well, I may not have caught one myself, but this wild meal has truly knocked my socks off.
So much for showing me.
And as for the mythical Tassie trout, well, I'm finally a believer.
That was fun, though, eh?
The last time I saw something like this on someone's kitchen table, I think it was just before the police raided.
Back at the ranch, Anita's come by again to show me what we can make with the rest of the feral forage we gathered the other day.
Hand-reared, you know, he's like a big dog, except when he treads on your foot. What can we do with this?
We start with the thistle flowers, extracting the rennet by mushing with a mortar and steeping in hot water,
Look at that.
I know I've got goat's milk for that.
which we can use to make a thistle rennet fresh cheese.
Yeah? This is incredible. I can't believe we're going to take raw milk, setting it, making a cheese using thistles. I mean, really, that's remarkable.
And just stir it.
And while the curd is setting, those hawthorn berries from my hedge need a long, slow simmer before we strain off their sweet juices.
Yeah, so with the hawthorn, we've got the flavour that's come through now, and the idea now is to sugar to taste.
Ooh. Sugar to... I think when you say sugar to taste,
A lot of
a
sugar.
lot of sugar.
Then it's on to the pears,
We should have a race.
Yeah.
which we'll poach in the hawthorn syrup. They'll also need just a dash of sugar.
Probably should have a look at the cheese now that we've done that and see how that's gone.
The thistle rennet's done its job brilliantly, setting the curd.
Oh,
That broke.
beautiful. It just breaks perfectly. I now just want to get some of that whey out of it.
Yep.
And cut the cheese into small bits.
Then it's left to heal a little before being scooped into cheese moulds to drain. And while it does, our attention turns to the fat hen.
Look, these are actually a bit green.
Okay.
So probably put in your sunroom.
It's okay in the sun, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll be fine. So this stuff I picked a couple of weeks ago and dried.
The first step is threshing.
So the idea, now you've got it like this, is to separate the little black seeds that you can see there
Yep.
from the outer husks of it.
Which can be done by hand.
The last time I saw something like this on someone's kitchen table, I think it was just before the police raided.
But he's much faster with mechanical assistance.
This is a much better idea.
I think so.
So it might seem like a dumb question, but we've got the seeds out, but we haven't actually got them out. How are we going to separate those out?
Same way people have been doing it for thousands of years.
Winnowing with the wind is an ancient technique. It's pretty slow going and a little messy, especially if you stand downwind like Carrie.
What's happened to you, he? Carrie. Apparently it's very good for kelpie coats.
But half a dozen pours later, and we've got a lot less chaff and a lot more grain.
Oh, that's better.
It even sounds different now.
It does.
It's mostly heavy stuff going in. All right. And then we have to grind this.
We do.
Jesus.
But if I thought winnowing looked like hard work,
Terrific. Look at that.
well, that was before I tried Anita's hand mill.
Do you mill a lot of different grains at home?
No, predominantly things like this fat hen and then just wheat when I want fresh flour.
You do your own wheat?
Occasionally.
Yeah. You'd be pretty good at it then. Why don't I watch,
Yeah, no
why don't I
worries.
watch you for a minute?
No, I'm about the same.
So we'll probably get, what, a couple 100 grams from half a day's work?
Oh, it's a good return, isn't it?
But we're finally getting close to something we can eat.
You can see we're getting little bits here. The little browny colour. Bit greeny. Still tastes a bit green because we've got some of those leaves in it.
Ooh. Powerful flavour.
Nutty.
Yeah.
Yep.
So powerful that even mixed 10 to 1 with plain flour,
1 egg.
it should give a unique flavour. Just perfect, I reckon, for pikelets.
Look how dappled they are. I'm amazed at the colour.
Oh, they look beautiful.
They're coming up all right.
Yeah, they're lovely.
Happy with that. And that's the hawthorn syrup. So.
And try that on the other side.
It's taken some time, but for a fancy dessert whipped up from the foraged weeds and found fruit, this is pretty spectacular.
Velvety cheese, crunchy fat hen seeds. Oh, it's coming through the more you eat. They done all right?
Beautiful. Yeah.
I want to squeeze
Yeah.
a bit of this over. Oh, look at that. Looks like frog spawn. We're sitting eating goat's cheese that's, been set with rennet from thistles from the corner of my block. Got a hawthorn syrup from just near the barn. The hawthorn's just cooked with water and then sugar. Pears found by the ferry to Bruny Island down at Kettering.
Pears are good.
Pig face found by the seashore down the channel. Seeds in the pikelet that have been ground into flour from fat hen. And this all tastes sensational.
I've travelled a long way from home.
This region is called the Green Earth of Italy.
Searching for a tasty solution to a very porky problem.
Skinny little things, big fat, huge things, these cured meats, wild boar. I mean, it's pig paradise. It's just groaning under the weight of these pork products.